Hey everybody, my name is Roy McGrath and I am the woodwind and brasswind instructor here at Flats and Sharpe Music Company in Chicago, Illinois. Today I'd like to speak with everybody about the saxophone, its parts, its care, and its maintenance. So the saxophone looks a little bit more complicated than it is, but it doesn't have that many pieces. So let's just go little by little and discuss all the parts that you have and need to play the saxophone. So, first things first, whenever your student or child gets his or her saxophone out of the case, put the neck strap on. First step would be to put the body of the saxophone, which is the big piece, the whole saxophone, put it on the neck strap and just have it there. This aids in the instrument not being dropped by the student. It's always there, it's safe, it's clipped on, no problem whatsoever. Second part of the saxophone is the neck. Now, I want to go through how to put the neck on the saxophone body because through my lessons I've seen that some kids just try to force it in or just don't put it on the right way. So I just wanted to show real quick how do you put that on. So you have a tenon here with a screw. First thing you want to do is unscrew it. You want to unscrew it so that this circular opening opens up. Then you just, with as little pressure as possible, you want to put the neck into the saxophone and twist it down. It should just slide in there easily. It's not something that requires much force. If it requires force, it might be because the neck is not sealing correctly, there might be a warp in it, or the opening of the body of the saxophone is too close. So once that's there, you want to make sure that it's aligned with the body of the saxophone, and you want to tighten it up. You want to tighten it so that it doesn't move at all. So now we have the saxophone together, we want to put the mouthpiece together. So this is your basic saxophone mouthpiece. The mouthpiece has three elements to it. You have the actual mouthpiece, you have the reed, and the ligature, which is normally a circular device of various designs that you use to put the reed on the mouthpiece. So what you want to do first is you want to have the ligature on the mouthpiece, and you want to slide the reed in from the butt of the reed first, not the tip, the butt. The reason you do that is so that when you put the reed on the mouthpiece, that way the student doesn't mess with the tip of the reed. The reeds are very delicate, so by doing that you could harm the reed, and then you just have to use a new one. So once you have the ligature in place, you want to make sure that the tip of the reed is parallel to the mouthpiece tip curve. And I know you can't see it through the video, but it's pretty easy. If you just press it down, looks right, you just tighten it up. So yeah, that's the mouthpiece. After that, you just slide it on the saxophone. Now, the cork on the neck of the saxophone varies from saxophone to saxophone. Some are bigger, some are smaller, some take more strain to put it on. You never want to strain the instrument because it might bend the neck. So that's where cork grease comes in. Cork grease is just a tube of grease lubricant that you can use to make the parts of the saxophone slide on easier. Now, on the mouthpiece, you basically just, on the cork of the neck, you just put a little bit. I usually just go one on opposite sides and then use your finger to just like put it around the neck. That should be enough. You don't want a lot of gunk on there. It should be barely invisible. And then you just slide the mouthpiece on. Now, if your neck is having issues, you can also put some on the neck in the same way. You just put a little bit on one side, you put a little bit on the other side, just swivel with your hand, you put it on, and then you just put it back in, and then you retighten. And you don't have to do this every single time you put your saxophone together, but every once in a while you're going to feel that it's a little bit hard to put together, and that's when the Cork Grease comes in. So our saxophone is together. You know all the parts of the instrument. Now let's talk a little bit more about the care and maintenance of the saxophone. So first things first, when you put your saxophone away, first thing you do is take the mouthpiece off and take the reed off. And you want to be very careful with how you store your reeds, because they're just a piece of bamboo. They can break easily, and there are a lot of different products available for you to take care of your reed. Reed cases range from plastic and paper holders where you can put your reed in and protect it like that, to sophisticated reed cases that have humidity controls in them so that your reeds are always at the same temperature and same humidity. So that's what, this is a Van Doren reed case. So you want to put, first thing you want to do is put your reed away. Second thing you want to do is put your mouthpiece away. And you always want to protect your mouthpiece with a mouthpiece cap. Because the tip of the mouthpiece, if it chips, if it breaks, it's going to affect greatly the performance of your saxophone. So you always want to have your mouthpiece protected at all times with a mouthpiece cap. Now, once you put those elements away, you want to take your neck off. If your case has a specific place to put the neck in, you can just put it in there. If not, then we sell case pouches. Neck pouches to put your neck in. Now, the next thing is that you want to clean and sanitize your instrument. There are swabs available that pass through your whole instrument. These swabs collect saliva, they collect condensation and anything that just hangs out inside your saxophone. Now, the way you use these swabs come with a long string with a weight at the end of the string. And what you want to do is that you want to put this string inside the bell of the saxophone all the way through, and then you just want to leave the swab in the bell like that. You want to turn your saxophone over, and gravity, you shake it a little bit, the gravity is going to have the string come out on the other side. And you just pull, and the swab's going to go through the whole instrument and clean it. You usually want to do that 2 times just to make sure that you get everything that's in there. Every once in a while, you should spray your swab with a Sтерisol, just a product that sterilizes and freshens your instrument, just in case there is anything in your instrument that could be harmful to you. Just spray it once and pass it through your instrument. You don't have to do that often, but I would suggest every 1 or 2 weeks it'd be good to do that. So those are the parts and care of the saxophone. If you are interested in learning more about Flash and Sharpe Music Company, you can check out our website or give us a call. Thank you very much.